YouTubers, can you please stop spamming everyone with your informative, well-produced, entertaining content? You guys really ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Well, don't look at me. I've never done anything like that. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Riffs and Responses. I know I missed last week, but I had a lot on my plate last week, and I just couldn't get around to it. I was too busy crawling around on the floor, wrestling with my smoker, applying a new part to it, and it took 6 hours. So it was a lot of fun, but I did end up cooking some amazing stuff afterwards. But I did end up cooking some really good food afterwards, and it was worth all of the effort. Anyways, let's get on with the episode, shall we? This first comment is from, I think it was about a week or two ago when I did a video on the toxic Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff. And this is from Cleansing Carnage. And he says, I don't even have a Facebook account, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that if you had a group somewhere that you built up and ran for your own purposes, you probably wouldn't want other people who don't interact with you or the rest of the members at all to use your group solely for the purposes of promoting their own videos and channels. That's not having a discussion or interaction with anyone. It's just advertising yourself and pulling any potential interaction out of the group and onto a different platform. Well, thanks for commenting, and I'm glad you did because it gives me a chance to further explain and reiterate some things that I said in that video. Here's the thing. I'm busy making videos a lot of the time, and I think I could speak for all the rest of the guys. These videos don't take 10 minutes to shoot. I mean, we're talking hours to set up, shoot, edit, make the thumbnail, upload, and all that kind of stuff. And because of that, I don't have time to just go into groups and just randomly post here and there. I'm busy doing this, and this is my contribution to those groups. I mean, there's people who put pictures and say, hey, new amp day, new guitar day, new gear day, and then it starts an interaction with people, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And there's also people who just post a question or a comment or something like that, and that's also fine. And it does get conversations started. But there's also times when guys like us, YouTubers, post videos, and that is our contribution. You know, so, I mean, I could post a question, I can post a meme, I can post a picture, or I can post a video that I spent 4 to 8 hours on. You know, I'm not saying that my videos are better than other people's questions or comments or pictures or memes or whatever. All I'm saying is this is my contribution to the group. I don't need Facebook to advertise my channel. YouTube is owned by Google, which is the biggest search engine on the planet. So, again, I don't need Facebook to advertise for that. People go on YouTube every day and search for things and find the answers that they need there. I think I speak for all of us YouTubers. Our videos and the links to those are our contributions to the groups. That's how we contribute. And contributing, you know, well-produced, well-thought-out videos that have great information in them, shootouts, examples, audible things that we actually play the amps and boost them, not boost them, try this amp with this speaker and this cabinet and blah, blah, blah. All those kinds of things are very informative. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. I'm just saying that these are very informative videos and they take a lot of time, and there's a lot more information in them than a picture or a meme or something like that. Again, I'm not crapping on anybody else's posts that are in those groups, but I'm just saying that we're just contributing the way that we know how, and we put a lot of effort into it. And let me reiterate one more time, we're not using the groups to promote our channels, okay? I don't need the groups for that. I really don't. I've gone weeks without posting any of my videos in any of the groups on Facebook, and my view count was pretty much the same. So I know that the groups aren't helping me. At the risk of sounding arrogant, I feel like my videos are helping the people in the group more than I'm getting help from posting those in the group. And I know, again, that sounds arrogant, and it's not meant to be an arrogant statement, but like I said, I don't need the groups to promote my videos. And a lot of times, those of us on YouTube will post a link to one of our videos as an answer to a question that someone's asking. Just the other day, somebody asked a question about which diesel should they get. Should I get the Herbert Mark III? I've been thinking about it. And my answer to his question was a link to my video where I demoed the diesel Herbert Mark III. Because I could say, well, yeah, I think it's amazing, go get it. Or I could post a picture of mine and say, I like mine. Or I can post a video where I actually dial the amplifier in, play it through a few different cabs, and let them hear it in a mix and everything else, and hopefully that gives him the information that he's looking for. So in my opinion, I feel like I did the guy a solid by posting that video. So I wasn't trying to take anybody away from that particular platform or that group, or spam anybody or promote my show or my channel. I was simply just trying to help somebody with my video. And here's the other thing, you're not leaving Facebook every time you click on somebody's link. I mean, you're still kind of there, you're just watching it through the platform, and when you close out of that, you're still in Facebook. So, you know, there's that too. So you got to think about those kinds of things. Again, I appreciate your comment. I really do, because you weren't rude, and you made your point, and I totally understand that. And I love it when people have a civil disagreement with me, because it gives me a chance to either learn something, learn how to be better, or to reiterate or explain myself and explain where I'm coming from, so that everybody has a chance to see both sides. And I appreciate that very much. So I really hope this clears things up for people who think that us YouTubers are spamming groups. We're not. We're just contributing the way that we know how to, and we feel like we're doing a good job by sharing this information with people. Okay, this next comment is from Andy's Pam 5441, and he said, Kemper player versus ToneX. That's a tough one, man. It really is. So it really depends on what you want to do. If you want an all-in-one unit with all the effects that you need and everything like that in it, and have some great tones, I mean, the Kemper player is a great option for you. It really is. When I did the demo on it, I was pleased with everything that it had to offer for what it was, you know. I still think Kemper needs to update their algorithm regarding profiling, but that's beside the point, because the Kemper player does not do profiling. So no big deal there. And there's plenty of good profiles to choose from out there. So if you want an all-in-one unit, I think the Kemper player is a great option for you, but it is going to cost you quite a bit more. So it just depends on your budget as well. That being said, a lot of us already have gear, you know, and instead of selling that gear or spending extra money on a unit like the Kemper player, why don't we incorporate our gear with something like the ToneX pedal, which I think does a more consistent job on profiling, and I think the profiles, in my opinion, are a little better. They're a little more accurate. So I do like the ToneX for that as well. So like I said, if you have like let's say you got a Helix or an HX Stomp or HX Effects or whatever laying around, and you're just thinking about switching to like a Kemper or a ToneX pedal or whatever, keep your HX Effects, get the ToneX, pair them together, and it sounds amazing, you know? I mean, the HX Effects will handle all the switching and the effects and the MIDI programming and all that, and then the ToneX will handle all of the amp tones for you, and the amp tones are incredible. And you save money. I mean, you've already spent the money on the HX Effects or whatever the unit is that you're going to pair with the ToneX. So save your money, get the ToneX pedal, link them together, and you're done. So I think that's also a really good option for you. There's no right or wrong choice here. You just pick the option that works best for you and for your budget, and I think you'd be happy with either path. All right, this next comment is from Guitar Tone SA, and this is also on that same video where I was talking about the toxic Facebook groups and stuff like that. And he said, I've got news for you. Toxic guitar forums or Facebook groups have nothing on toxic clickbait YouTuber influencers. Not including you as a toxic YouTuber, but there are thousands that are addicted to their 15 minutes of fame who think their job is to disrespect the music gear industry and increase their subscribers and views. Well, thanks for commenting. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your point of view. And that's not something I've never heard before. You know, I mean, there are probably plenty of channels out there who just do a lot of clickbait. So let me just clarify something, what clickbait means to me. What I don't like is the bad version of clickbait, okay? Where you, let's just say you post a picture of, in the thumbnail of an amplifier, and you say, check out this amp, and you have all these hyperbolic statements in there. But then when they click on the video, you're not even playing that amp. It's just you talking a bunch of crap about it or something like that. To me, that's bad clickbait. You know, that's just stupid. Now, good clickbait is where you just spice up your titles and your videos to get people to watch, but you deliver on what's in the thumbnail. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I'm trying to work on my thumbnail game too because I want to get more views, but I don't want to entice people to watch a video that's going to be disappointing to them. I try to deliver on everything that's in the thumbnail and then some. I never want to, you know, I never want to disappoint anybody or waste their time. But anyways, I do agree with what you said. Again, like there are channels out there who probably are guilty of that. I'm not going to name names and point fingers because who am I? I'm not perfect. But, you know, and I definitely don't want to start a war with anybody. But, you know, just avoid those channels. Give some of the channels a chance that you're curious about. Watch a few of their videos, see what they do. And if you like their style and you like what they do, then definitely follow that channel and ignore some of the other ones so that you can thin the herd per se. But I totally get where you're coming from, man. I run into it as well. I don't just watch, you know, guitar and gear YouTube stuff. I watch all kinds of different things, and I run into that too on different topics, you know, and I'm like, really, this guy's a freaking idiot, you know, he's clickbaiting me. And, you know, I watch one or two of their videos, and after I get that, you know, kind of vibe from that person, I just completely ignore their channel, you know, and that's something that I try to keep in mind as well. You know, I pay attention to how I feel and what I think when I'm watching someone else's channel. And again, it doesn't have to be guitar related, just anything. And I try to apply that to myself and go, man, I never want to make anybody else feel like that, you know. So I appreciate what you said, and I hope you continue to watch my channel and others that you like, and get as much as you can out of them. This next comment is from my Friedman IRX video I did a while back, and this is from Bill Smith 6962. He says, man, Dave Friedman has really put in a big advertising budget. Everyone and their brother has a video on how great this pedal is. How much does Dave pay to have this item reviewed? Not saying it's bad, I have one, but after watching dozens of reviews, not a single critical statement. This video is no different. Well, thanks for commenting, dude. I appreciate it. I'm glad you bought the unit, and apparently you like it because you're not saying anything bad about it or anything. Maybe there's things you don't like about it. I don't know. But just so you know, I did not get paid for that video. I'm not going to speak for anybody else because I don't know what their situation is with Dave Friedman or BAD or anything like that. But I didn't get paid for it. I was lucky enough to be able to go to my favorite store, Motor City Guitar, and borrow one for the day and do the video of it. And I had to bring it back. Nobody paid me a dime. I did this video for you guys for free. And I also did it a little bit for myself. I was curious about the unit. And everything I said about that unit was at least true as far as I was concerned. I liked it, and I thought that Dave did a great job on it. And like I said in the video, this is how it's done, you know. Everything that Dave did with that pedal is something that I hope other companies follow suit with. He even emulated the power section, so it doesn't sound like a thin, wimpy preamp pedal. He put power section emulation in there and made it sound thicker and fuller, and that's what a lot of preamp pedals were missing. They all sounded anemic and thin, or they needed a power amp to run them through and all that. And he thought of all that stuff with this unit. He goes straight out to front of house with it, and I thought he did a fantastic job. So if you like the Friedman sound, but you know, you don't want to pay the Friedman price or get a big amplifier, but you still want that authentic sound and take it with you somewhere, I mean, that preamp pedals about as close as you're going to get for the price anyways, and I think he did a great job on it. And speaking of paid reviews and stuff like that, I'm finally, after several years on YouTube, finally starting to get a little bit of money for some of my demos. In fact, that PRS demo I did the other day of the Dusty Warring guitar, that's the first time I've gotten paid on a demo. If I recall, I could be wrong, maybe there was one or two others, but I'm not kidding you. I have not really gotten paid that much on this channel to do demos. Most of them have been done for free, or maybe I get to keep a piece of gear or something like that, here and there. But I've really not gotten paid. I mean, that's changing because I'm done working for free. I don't want to do that crap anymore. But yeah, and I'm going to have a video out soon on that whole topic as well. So keep an eye on the channel for that, because I think it's something that needs to be addressed. And there's been questions asked in groups and stuff like that. And I want to give you guys my 2 cents on that whole topic for what that's worth. So getting back to that comment, let me just put a bow on it with this. I'm not going to be bought by anybody. I'm not going to just, say nice things about a product because somebody paid me. So my policy here is basically this. If a company reaches out to me and says, hey, we want you to, demo our product or review our product, and, we're willing to pay you for this. So, would you be interested in doing that? Well, my first thought is, well, of course, I'm trying to earn a living here, and my time is worth something, and so is the studio and all the money I put into it, and the audience that I've cultivated and built trust with over the years too. That's all worth something to me, and obviously it should be worth something to the company too, and I will not betray that trust, by the way. So, but my policy is basically this. If somebody sends me something, and I think it's good, but there's some things that I think that they can improve on, I will privately, before I review the product, I will privately reach out to the company and say, hey, I think it's pretty cool, but there's a couple things here. Is this something that you guys are aware of? Or is it just, a subjective thing or what? And if they say, well, actually, yeah, that is something that we're aware of, then I'll say, well, I'll tell you what, I'll hang on to it if you want me to until you fix those things, and then I'll review it. Or if you're comfortable with it, I will review it now, but I have to bring this stuff up to people, and I'll do it in a professional manner so that they know what they're getting themselves into if they buy this product. Because some of these things might not matter to people, you know what I mean? But to some people, those things might be an issue. So I have to bring it up so that people can make the best educated decision that works for them. And if the company says, yeah, go ahead and review it, it is something that we plan on fixing down the road, you can bring it up, that's fine. Okay, fine. I'll review it. I'll bring it up. Everybody's happy. Everybody's aware of everything. I get paid. You get a demo of something, and you're aware of all of the pluses and minuses with that product, and you can make an educated decision on it. No problem. Now, if a company, sends me something and I just don't think it's ready for prime time yet, and I'm just kind of like, guys, I don't think this is ready. There's major issues with it, and these are not subjective issues. You might want to wait. Basically, at that point, if they say, well, we want you to go ahead and review it anyways, and I'll say, no, I'm not. I'm not going to review it unless I can basically just do a review of it in a way where it's like, well, guys, there's this brand X thing here, and there's things that are okay about it. There's some potential with it, but I don't think it's ready for prime time, yada, yada, yada. I'll say, if you want me to do that, I will. I still want to get paid for that. Or if they're open to my critiques and they want my feedback on it, I still collect a fee because my time's worth something, and I spent time on this, and my expertise and my experience in this field of doing this, and all the comparisons and shootouts and familiarity I have with all these other competing products, I can give them some constructive criticism privately. I still think that's worth something because I just helped them improve their product and applied my knowledge and experience to that. And I think that's worth something as well. And then, like I said, if they make those improvements, I'll review the product once it's ready for prime time. Or, if it's a good product and I just highly recommend it and everybody's happy and blah, 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 I'll freaking do that too. You know, so that's pretty much my policy here, you know, and I don't see anything wrong with it. And I'm going to sleep good at night knowing that I'm doing honest reviews of products, and I'm not only reviewing it, but I'm giving the company behind the scenes respectful, constructive criticism that helps the product better. That's good for you as well, because you're going to get a better product in the end. And it's good for them because they're going to have a better product to sell you. You know, and I'm giving you guys all a demonstration of a product that you can make an educated decision on. So everybody wins, and that's pretty much my policy. I'm not going to shill anything. I'm not going to just say, you know, hey, let's sweep all these problems under a rug and give me my check and I'm just going to review this, you know, and I don't really care if people buy it or not or whatever. I just want my money. You know, I'm not going to do things like that. I mean, I've owned a business for 24 years now, and that's basically how I pay my bills for the most part anyway. So I don't need the money so bad that I'm willing to lie and sweep things under the rug so I can collect a check to do a review of something. All right, this next comment is from M. Header, I think that's how you pronounce it. He says the scary mod is derived from the Soldano hot mod. And the hot mod was made to turn a stock plexi into a slow without having to drill or solder. If an OD could turn a plexi into a slow, no one would ever buy a slow, and there wouldn't be a high gain amp market at all, period. OD pedals and tube gain stages are two entirely different things. Each have their places, but sound and react completely different. Totally agree. Awesome, man. I'm glad that you made that comment. So you're right. The hot mod actually came from Soldano at first. I mean, Mike did that, and it was a one-tube mod. I was actually talking to Marty about that today at Motor City Guitar when I picked up the Soldano Hot Rod 50 that I just demoed. And yeah, he was telling me today about, like, yes, Mike Soldano's the one that came up with that whole mod thing way back, and people were using it on their plexis and stuff like that. And basically what Legendary Tones did years later is took that and really made it even better. He's got two tubes in there, and it's an amazing mod. And you're right, too. You can't just stick an overdrive pedal in front of an amplifier like a Plexi or even the Badlander and make it work for you if it just doesn't have the juice, you know? Overdrives are made to tighten up amplifiers and make them more responsive, but they're not going to add another gain stage to it. And yeah, you can crank the gain up on the overdrive pedal, but it's not the same thing at all. It's just a diode, you know. So adding a complete new gain stage to the amplifier by sticking that hot mod in there, that's where it's at, man. And it changes the characteristic of the amp big time. I mean, it turned my Badlander from something that was kind of hollow and empty and little on the sterile side into an absolute fire-breathing beast. And an overdrive pedal, no matter how much money you spend on it, would never be able to do that, because I have 10 overdrives here and I tried all of them with that amp and it just didn't work. You know, it improved things here and there, but it didn't make it what it is now with that Scary mod. So yeah, get the Mr. Scary mod on an amplifier like a Plexi or the Badlander or other amps that just don't have the juice. And I'm telling you right now, man, it will fix that amplifier big time. All right, this next comment is from my Fender ToneMaster Pro update video that I did a while back. And this is from Vaughn McKeegan. And he says, the direct comparison, the winner was the real amp. This is where I compared the ToneMaster Pro to the EVH Stealth. Then he says, with the mods, the winner was the TMP. Wait, that can't be right. So basically I did a direct comparison where I had the settings all the same and stuff, you know, with the mics and on the cab and the ToneMaster Pro according to the mics that I had on the real cab and everything. I lined everything up perfectly. But then I changed the settings on the mics and put them where I thought was, you know, closer to what reality was, because I think the settings are a little off in the ToneMaster Pro regarding where you put the mics, you know. They're too dark. So you have to put the virtual mics in the ToneMaster Pro in a different spot than where you would put the real mics in reality on the cab, you know, if that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining that right. But anyways, and it made it sound way better. And I think the ToneMaster Pro, at least the way I have it dialed in now, getting a little creative and thinking outside of the box with everything, I think it sounds incredible. And what really helped was comparing it to the real amp and the real mics and the real cab, and just trying to just tweak everything until I finally got it to where I think it sounds incredible and very close to the real sound. And I think the ToneMaster Pro right now, the way I have it dialed in, I could go on tour right now with it and be 100% happy with everything. In fact, let me play some riffs and a mix for you with it right now. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, sounds awesome. You know, I think the feel is really good as well. Great effects. So, yeah, I have high hopes for the ToneMaster Pro. I can't wait to see what they do in their next update or their next few updates. And I hope they have some coming out very soon because I really do like this product. The fit and finish is amazing. It's just, There's a lot of great features. I just want more amp models and some improvements on some of the things in there, like mic placements and cabs and stuff like that. But I think if they tweak that stuff and come out with some more updates, this thing's going to be a freaking home run. So stay tuned to the channel for that. Hopefully some good stuff's coming down the road from Fender, and I'll definitely be letting you guys know about those things. So this last comment is from Alex Overa 7693, and this is on the video I did with all the fancy guitar picks. He said, "Thanks for putting a light on this subject. Guitar players usually don't think of this, but it does affect your playing. I've been playing pick boys from Japan." Thanks for the heads up on that. I'm going to check those out if I get a chance. "Can you do a show on different brands of guitar strings and see if there's any difference, because you're the best on these subjects?" Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the video on the guitar picks. And, you know, guitar picks, man, I tell you, they really do matter. I mean, the Bog Street ones I've been playing a lot, and these ones from, I think it's Rombo, I think. These are great. I've been playing these a lot. You know, gravity picks are great, and they do affect your tone slightly. I mean, you can get those rounded ones or those dull sounding ones, and they take the edge off. But if you're a metal player like I am, you want something that's got some really good attack. So I'm really digging these picks a lot, you know, and it's fun to try out new things, you know. So to your question about guitar strings, I mean, I could give you a pretty good answer here anyways, without restringing guitars and trying different strings out. I mean, that would be a lot of work. I do appreciate your suggestion. I really do. But man, especially with guitars with floating trems, I mean, that's just a lot of work doing that. But not saying I'm not willing to do it, but just down the road, maybe I can do something like that. I've tried different strings over the years, and the ones that I really like now are the Paradigms by Ernie Ball. And these are great strings, man. They really are. They do last longer. And I mean, I'm a whammy bar freak. I'm constantly using it and doing dives and sharps and all kinds of stuff. And I used to snap strings all the time, but when I switched to the Paradigms, they've lasted a lot longer. I would say probably at least twice as long. And I'm not kidding you. They last about twice as long. And they're worth it. Yeah, they're more money, but they're worth it. And they feel great too. And I can tell you this as a fact. I have some cobalts down here, the Ernie Ball cobalts. And be careful with those, because I used those on one of my old Ibanez guitars years ago. And the nickel frets, I mean, they just chewed them up like nothing. And I remember the guy that was my guitar tech at the time, he was, you know, doing my adjustments and stuff. He was like, "Dude, what strings are you using? Because your frets have a lot of wear in them all of a sudden." And I was like, "Oh, they're cobalts." He goes, "Dude, don't use those on nickel frets." He goes, "You're just going to ruin your frets." So I have stainless on these guitars, but I still don't want to ruin these. They say that the cobalts won't hurt them, but I'm not going to take that chance. And the cobalts are a bit brighter, and I liked them at first, but these Paradigms, the feel is really nice. I love the way they feel, and they're not sticky. I know that's kind of weird to some people, like sticky. There's some strings out there that your fingers kind of get stuck on, you know, where these are really buttery smooth, and they sound great. They're not overly bright, and they last a long time, and I like how they sound. I like how they feel, and yes, again, they do cost more, but I don't mind paying it, because snapping strings sucks. So I would highly recommend the Paradigms. Give them a try, you know. Give them a try and see what you think. I know a lot of people like elixirs. I've never tried those, but that coating thing kind of weirds me out a little bit. I think it kind of dulls the sound, but that's just me speculating. I've never tried them, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't dull the sound. And another thing I like about the Paradigms is they're guaranteed. So if you snap one, just call Ernie Ball and send them the pack of strings that you took off of your guitar because you snapped one, and they'll send you a free pack of strings. Last I knew, that's what their policy was on those. Let me know what you think. Now, I know I've been forgetting to do Album of the Week in these last few videos, but I'm trying to keep the videos shorter. So maybe in future videos I'll do some more of that content for you guys as well. But anyways, well, I want to thank everybody who has been purchasing my preset packs and capture packs from my website, tonewars.com, for Kemper, Quad Cortex, and ToneX. I really appreciate you guys, and the people that have been purchasing my presets from Line 6's Marketplace for all of their products. I really appreciate that very much. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and happy Easter to everybody. I hope you're enjoying your time with your families and celebrating what Easter means to you. I know what it means to me, and I'll be celebrating that as well. To all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you guys so much. And if you're new to the channel and you like what I do here, feel free to subscribe and stick around for a while. Watch some of my videos and see if my channel works out for you and if it's something that's right up your alley. I hope it is. Thanks to Motor City Guitar, I have a Bogner Uberschall Twin Jet, and I'll be giving that thing another try. It's been a couple years since I've tried one of those. I know I bought one a couple years ago. It didn't work for me, but some people said, I think you got a bad one or something. So I have a bona fide Revv Blue Twin Jet that works perfectly from Motor City, and I'm going to give that a try. And so stay tuned to the channel for that. That'll be up in a couple days. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys on that or another episode soon.